And the biggest beneficiary in regional Australia from overseas migration was Gold Coast. 38,000 people. So Gold Coast first with 38,000, Sunshine Coast second with 12,600. That's a big gap. Gold Coast had more population increase from overseas migration in the last 5 years than Canberra, Hobart and Darwin combined. 3 capital cities. Internal migration, even more interesting, I believe. Firstly, our 8 capital cities combined, over the last 5 years, their populations declined by internal migration. I won't apologise, I will continue to remind people that capital cities are nowhere near as popular as what people believe. We're now into our 25th consecutive year where our combined capital cities have lost population in every single one of those 25 years from internal migration. More people leave our capital cities to go to a regional part of Australia each year than going the other way. The biggest losses, Sydney lost 190,000 people through internal migration in just the last 5 years, followed by Melbourne with 88,000 people. In fact, 6 out of 8 capital cities had a population decline through internal migration over the last 5 years. The only 2 positive figures were Perth and Brisbane. I now want to cover the regional losers, so locations that lost population to internal migration. This might surprise some people. Newcastle, beautiful part of the world, but it's actually been a neutral position in terms of internal migration across the last 5 years. But it is actually, we're seeing a bit of a shift there, a bit of a trend developing where more people are moving away from Newcastle each year than moving to it. Wollongong had a population decline of 1,200 people, followed by Adelaide, 1,600, population decline. Shepparton, we mentioned Shepparton earlier as a population gain from overseas migration, but it lost 2,000 to internal migration. Similarly with Griffith, we mentioned it earlier with overseas migration, it lost 2,100 people to internal migration. Not far from Griffith is the beautiful regional city of Wagga Wagga. It also had a population decline of 2,500 people to internal migration. Kalgoorlie, the gold city in regional WA, had a population decline of 2,700. Mount Isa also a decline of 2,700. Mildura lost 3,100 to people moving away. Hobart had a decline of 7,400, another capital city. Canberra, 7,600 people. That trend of losing people in Canberra to internal migration is greater now than before COVID. So there are some concerns with mainly the economy there in Canberra. Now this might surprise people. The single biggest city council in all of Australia, out of 537 of them, is Brisbane City Council. Brisbane City Council has a population of about 2 million people. How often do you hear everyone's moving to Brisbane? How often do you hear that? Every day? The city of Brisbane City Council had a population decline of 9,400 people over the last 5 years. And that decline is accelerating. The last 2 years alone, Brisbane City Council has lost 11,000 people in the last 2 years. The commentary in the media would suggest the opposite's happening, that it's booming to internal migration. It's not the case. Darwin, it had 10,800 people net move away from Darwin to different parts of Australia. Now our winners. Which locations are the biggest beneficiaries through internal migration, or the population magnets we might refer to them as? As I rattle off, I've got 30 individual cities here, some common denominators amongst them. Some have all of these or some just have one or so. But the common denominators here, very buoyant economies, natural landscapes, detached house lifestyle, not congested sardine style apartments, and A-grade lifestyle.